guys, welcome back to another video. So here's where we left off last time, except we got a little bit of work done. So as you can see, this is the racetrack repair where we marine welded the intake back together. And it looks like it did pretty darn good. It's still strong. I could probably do another race with that. I just don't feel great about it. So we got the new manifold over here. Got the first coat on it of epoxy. Waiting for that to cure up. I'm going to sand it, do the second coat of epoxy, and then make it really pretty, make it shiny like the last one. This one came out ridiculously well, by the way, with printing it on a 45-degree angle, so all these layered lines are at 45 degrees. Instead of just printing it flat in the build plate, it just came out way better. But yeah, we're ripping this apart. And I just wanted to check this repair job we did out, because it looks like there's a little bit of a gap right there, but the marine weld filled it in pretty good. So, hell yeah, but we're going to keep trucking at this. We got to take out the intercooler, radiator, boost pipe, battery. We got to take all that out, and we might even have to take the subframe out. I'm not 100% sure, because this whole motor, everything's got to come out, and I got to take the transmission off and check the flywheel bolts, you know, because it did money shift. So, but we're going to keep going. Alright guys, so we got the engine all pulled out, got the oil pump and oil panel tore off, because like I said, the whole reason we're doing this is because this guy right here wanted to strip out. So yeah, that's pretty nasty inside there. We cleaned out all the crap that was in there, and there was definitely chunks of threads in there. So now it's time to helicoil it. Got all my tools right here for that. Drill. So first I'm going to drill this out to a 13/32 hole. That's what the helicoil calls for. And I'm going to tap it out with this tap right here. And then insert a helicoil with this tool right here. And should be good as new. And hopefully we can put this back in the... Hopefully we can put this engine back in the car. So let's do it. There's nothing. Pulled it right in. Nice.
Stick it all the way in there.
Alright, tap it out for the helicoil. Try to get this straight as possible. Alright, now for the real trick. It's getting this helicoil in that hole. Alright, got that all drilled and tapped out. Looks nice and clean. Going pretty smooth, and all I gotta do, insert this guy in there. Probably just do it right here on camera, honestly. Oh, nope, can't do it. Yes. Alright. What you want to do, you just want to get that just below the surface right there, the tip of the thread, because that way, because this is a sealing surface though, so this is all got to be flush, so I had to put it just below that, and it should be good for the seal. Alright, now all I got to do is put the oil pump back on this, get the oil pan on, and then we can put the engine back in there, and hopefully everything's good. But hopefully this is the last glitch of this little tune-up. Plan was just to put new bearings in it, but yeah, the engine had other plans. But good news, UPS just showed up. It was really late. It was really weird. And then as soon as they showed up, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm expecting a package. And so, boom, got the package. This is an Almazar, I think that's how you pronounce that, Motorsports rear ABS speed sensor for my car, and that will go on the back driver wheel or passenger. I actually have it wired up for either or. Just go on the back wheel, and that will give Fuel Tech a reference to know when the front wheels are spinning. So hopefully that'll improve our 60 foots a lot, because I'm having a hard time sourcing another weight plate. I got it all scanned and everything, but I got it all scanned and designed and everything, but the place I normally go to is wanting to charge me a whole lot of money, because they want me to buy an entire sheet of steel, half-inch steel, so basically enough to make like 4 of these things. I don't need 4 of these, I just need 1, so I'm just trying to find a sheet of steel that I can have them cut instead of buying an entire sheet, like 8 foot by 4 foot. That's a lot. So we got the new lower intake manifold piece done. Got this on here for test fitting, and so not done yet quite. We've got the first layer of resin on here, plus the first round of sanding. So I gotta do a little bit more sanding on a couple spots, and then just do another coat of the resin, and then this should be done. We should be good to bond it to this plate right here, and this should be, like I said, a lot stronger. This feels so much stronger than the last ones. Just holding it, you can feel how much stronger it is printing at that 45-degree angle. But so here we go. As you can see, got the engine on here. But I got a whole lot of work done while I was at work. What we got done was we got the fuel injectors all flow matched again, cleaned out. They're flowing pretty even right now. I got them in, fuel system back on. We got it all flushed out, and Mike just got done doing the valve lash on the engine. And over here, I got a new intake manifold made, because if you recall in one of the older videos, when I was at last PFI SpeedFest, this guy blew up in my first qualifying run, and we had a JB marine it back together, and she held, but I did have to turn the boost down to keep it from blowing up again. I wasn't sure how strong that was going to be, but I got a new one made and printed, as you saw before, and this is it right here. We got this all planed down, all nice and flat, and the finish on this one just came out exquisitely well. I'm totally sold on printing it at a 45-degree angle, because because you can see this is Mina's right here. This one I printed flat on the build plate, and you can see here as it curves, there's all these little steps and everything. But when you print it up at a 45-degree angle, there is none of those steps or anything. It just came out smooth.
It's really smooth, very smooth. The lineage and the area of separation of cooling and the expansion of the plastic is so much better.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, that came out really nice. I am going to sand down this facing right here before we seal it back together, just so, because the paint doesn't hold it very well. So.
And this is also like 3 layers. This is only how many? Three. How many layers you got over here?
2.
2 layers. The same clear coat and everything on this is on here, and that tells you the difference, the progress that we've made.
But that's just from flipping it up on a 45-degree angle. It was a lot harder to print, took up a lot more material because of the support material, but the finished product is just incredible. I love it. All we really got left to do is bolt this guy down, and we got RTV on the upper half. I have a gasket set made for this, but I don't know if it's going to work, so I'm not going to risk it before the race. We know the RTV works, so we're just going to deal with that one more time. So, but yep, I'm going to get that going. Also, once we get that done, and I get this car down on its wheels again, we got the rear wheel speed sensor kit that we need to install. Also, Mike's got some little side work he's doing right here. This is a little D15 non-VTEC head, just a regular, basic, really slow car head.
Oh, you're talking about my work over here? You ready? So, it's about as clean as it's gonna get. It's not, the head hasn't been decked or shaved, so don't be worrying about that. But these in here, look at that. Look at that layout. That is professionalism. That's how you need to be doing it, so you can keep them in order and know what you got and where it is.
But yeah.
So yeah, it's just a little one. Just a rebuild, stock rebuild, nothing crazy.
Yep, gonna be a gas mileage saver. This is actually for a friend of ours. He's building a car for his daughter. She doesn't know about it yet, so don't tell anybody. That looks great on there. Too bad no one's gonna see that from on the inside, but you know. But yeah, we're gonna get working on this and get this done.
Alright guys, so what we're going to do, we got Chris's engine all put together, ready to rock and roll. So what we got to do now is we got to add oil. We don't have water, so what we're going to do is we're just going to add some good oil. Chris got this. This is a 5-gallon jug of Schaefer's.
Yeah, this is a 20W50. This is a special oil. Actually, this is a paraffin-based oil, so that it won't be broken down as much by the ethanol and the E85 and stuff. So it should work a little bit better, and our bearings shouldn't take as much of a beating. 5 quarts here.
Alright, bring it down.
This is really thick. Alright, first start on the new bottom end refresh.
Alright, first start. Hell yeah, what do you think? Sounded good. No smoke, nothing. Idle, the valve lash is great.
Yep. She had really good oil pressure. Oh, whole way, 100 plus PSI. Big yawn, okay. Alright guys, some bad news. So as you see, we got it running, that's great. But we started adding water to it, or Mike started adding water to it, and it just started pouring out the bottom right here. It looks like the O-ring for the water neck in the back got pinched. So this whole water manifold's got to come off, and I got to replace that O-ring. So I was hoping to drive it to work tomorrow, but can't do that. But good news is that I got the rear wheel speed sensor installed right here. This is the Almazar rear wheel speed sensor kit. Check them out. But it's basically just a bracket and a sensor right here. Unfortunately, this is from their diagram here. This is the wiring diagram. This is a 12 volt sensor. I have this currently wired up for a 5 volt setup, so I'm gonna have to redo some of the wiring inside the car, and so we'll hopefully get that all done. But yeah, real simple setup. You just gotta remember that this is a 50 tooth tone ring right here. So whenever I program that into the fuel tank, we just gotta make sure that we do this at 50 teeth, and then we just gotta figure out the diameter or the diameter of the tire, and it's just plug those numbers in. That should get it relatively close. We also got these wheels on here. These are actually Mike's wheels for his car.
It looks good, don't it?
They do look very nice on there. We are using these for now to calibrate the rear wheel speed sensor, because these tires are actually a lot closer to the stock size. So basically all I got to do is get that all up and drive this car down the road, look at the data and see how off the rear wheel speed sensor is, and then just, you know, calibrate it from there.
Alright guys, we got Chris's car ready. We're going through a couple of little things. We're going to do a little drive. Make sure to do a small boost, like maybe 3 to 5. We're not going through the gears. Alright guys, we got Chris's car here. We are pulling out to do a safe little test drive, make sure nothing's leaking, that the lines, everything works. I'm gonna reach out. Woo! We're gonna do our little test rip here. I have my seatbelt on, don't worry about it, don't worry about nothing. Alright, give her a little. Go, go, baby. Go.
Hold on, wait for this car to get past.
Oh, you had to. Woo!
Yeah, we don't need to hit third.
Holy shit! Buddy!
She's hit.
Buddy!
She's hit.
Woo!
She's back.
She's back, baby! That's a lot.
That's 6 pounds.
6 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright guys, as you can see, she rips. She rips real good. That was about 8 pounds of boost. About 8,500 or 8,200 RPM. And yeah, she was really ripping. She broke loose like almost right away. I just did a second gear pull just to make sure everything was good. Got a little bit of a noise out of Mike. Yeah. Yeah. But, yep, and we also went down to our buddy's house. Got the trailer so we can borrow that. And we are getting ready, and we are getting all organized right now. Getting all our stuff together, getting tools organized, got electronic tools, power tools, tarps, you name it, we're getting it all together. But yeah, I've been driving this to and from work a little bit here and there just to do a shakedown on her, which was actually helpful because I found a couple things wrong. Could not end up getting the wheel speed sensor to work in the back, so we're just gonna have to go without traction control. I'll talk to Jamie about it. It might just be a settings issue. I'm not sure, but it is wired correctly. So yeah. So yeah, we're getting all ready. The race actually isn't until the day after tomorrow, but the reason we're getting ready now is because we're actually leaving for the racetrack tomorrow. There is a Friday night drag at the Pueblo Motorsports Park, so we're gonna go ahead and just go to that. Not only just to get some track time on the car, but also so we can just camp there overnight, so we don't have to wake up early in the morning, get the truck loaded up, and just try to get out of there in time, be in a hurry. We can already be at the track, no rush or anything. But that's going to be a lot better than rushing to get out of here early in the morning. But yeah, we're going to get all this stuff good to go, loaded up. Or at least get ready to load up for tomorrow morning. And I'm going to try to edit this video as fast as I can and get it out. So, but you all have a good one. And I'll see you later.